The 14th pick. The last pick. Like, the computer knows I'm the league commissioner. Bruv. And you're going to give me the last pick. Disrespectful, fam.
Yeah. This is Roadside. This is me.
Guys, what's good? It's me, Joe. Your favourite basketball player that's not in the league. Today, I've got another video for you. Yes, we made it to the second one. We made it. I'm gassed. I hope you guys are gassed too. Now, this week I'm going to be telling you about my NBA fantasy team and answering some of your questions that you dropped on last week's video in the comment sections. So let's get to it. Alright, so I've got like a 2-second story time. Like, this is going to be the quickest thing ever. Like, me and my team, every year we jump in fantasy. Everyone does a little draft. We pick our players. And every year I'm the league commissioner because I guess no one else can be bothered to do it. But that's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? So this year I'm peppering it up, doing all the league stuff as I do, setting up the fantasy draft. So the way we do it is we do a randomized draft an hour before draft time, innit? So no one knows what the draft order is, and it's randomized by ESPN or whoever's pressing the buttons over there in the studio. So hour comes, like, everyone's rushing to their phone to check what pick they got. Do you know what pick I got? The 14th pick. The last pick. Like, the computer knows I'm the league commissioner. Bruv. And you're going to give me the last pick. Disrespectful, fam. Disrespectful. Alright, so anyway, like, that throws off my whole mojo, all my picks. It's all mad now. I'm just scrambling anyway. But I get my team together and I'm going to go through my team in like the draft order, innit? Yeah? So I'm just going to tell you who I picked, what draft spot. Alright, so my first round pick, Ben Simmons from the 76ers. Decent pick. I actually like the player, so I was cool when I got him. Second pick, which is like, obviously, because I was the last pick, I also get the 15th pick. So my 15th and 14th pick, my second round pick was Jimmy Butler, who's yet to play a fantasy game because he just had a child. Alright, so I've got two of my guards kind of sorted out already. So I'm like, alright, let me try and pepper up some bigs. And I pick Jonas Valanciunas from the Memphis Grizzlies. He was my center. And with my next pick after that, I picked Kevin Love, who's back at Cleveland. I say back at Cleveland, but he never left Cleveland. So yeah, I got Kevin Love. All right, so my fifth pick in the draft, Lonzo Ball. He's now at New Orleans. And I was like, in my head, I was like, bruv, Lonzo's got all the potential. Like, we was talking, I think I might have mentioned him last week. Like, he might have some of the potential to be most improved. But Lonzo sometimes gets a couple, like, you know what I'm saying? He can sneak a triple-double. He's going to be playing with young players. He's got Zion to throw all the alley-oops to in the world. I thought, yeah, that'd be a decent pick. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me get young Lonzo. My next pick after that was Gallinari, who plays for OKC. Now, shout out to a man from Europe. Now, my issue with Gallinari is he gets injured a lot, but I'm just like, you're in OKC. No one's got expectations on you. You can just go out there. You're the starting small forward, and he plays multiple positions. That's the reason I picked him up as well. He can just go out and cook. And first week, I'm not going to complain, innit? And I'm just going to pray the injury bug stays away from him. My 7th round pick was Andre Wiggins. Is it Andrew? What? I don't know. Someone jump in the comment section below and tell me what you actually call him. But Wiggins, I got him. He's at Minnesota. I thought now that Jimmy Butler's gone, he's just going to be out there cooking. I'm not expecting him to like drop 50, but if I can get him to just give me 25, 5-on-5, I feel like, yeah, we'll be all right. And just keep your shooting percentage. You know what I'm saying? Don't take 60 shots. Just be steady. Be steady. That's what I need from him. My next pick after that was Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap is at Denver this year, and Denver's just a solid team. Paul Millsap is like a steady veteran guy. I thought I could get some solid numbers out of him, so I went with him. My next two picks, I wanted to pick like a couple younger players that I thought like, not they can necessarily have breakout years, but might do better than the numbers say they would. So I picked Kelly Oubre Jr. He's playing for Phoenix right now. Now, in my mind, Phoenix is like a gold mine in fantasy because they're going to stink. The team's going to be terrible. But everyone on the team is only thinking about getting their numbers and signing next contracts and moving on, innit? So I thought, picking up a player from there who's going to get guaranteed minutes. I say guaranteed minutes. There's no such thing as guaranteed minutes in basketball. But someone who's going to get minutes I feel like he was definitely a good pick. My next pick after that was DeJounte Murray. Look, guys, excuse my pronunciations of names. Everyone messes up mine. So I feel like it gives me like 2% like leeway to mess up someone else's name. Anyway, he plays for San Antonio. I just thought he was a good pickup. And we was getting into the later rounds in the draft. And he's been balling for me in the first week. So hopefully he keeps up and he has a very good season. The thing what's mad about fantasy is, yeah, like, you don't care about any of these players or any of these teams usually. But as soon as you draft them, you got me here at 2 a.m. watching San Antonio like this. Like, come on, put him in the game. It's mad, bruv. It's mad what fantasy like actually does to your psyche. Alright, my last 3 picks. Kevin Knox from New York. Kevin Knox the second. Excuse me. He's from New York. I picked him up with the 11th round pick. My 12th round pick was Seth Curry. Seth Curry, not Steph Curry. I had Steph Curry one year. And, bruv, that year, bruv, Steph is not the one for fantasy. Like, bruv, do you know what I'm saying? Yes, he shoots lots of threes, scores lots of threes, but he also sits out half the season and he's not going to give you and he's not going to win any other he's not going to win in rebounds or assists and none of that. So, no. So I went with his brother and just shoot, make 3 threes a game. Me and you're going to have no qualms. I won't drop you. Yeah? And my last pick was Cody Zeller. I'm going to say that again. My last pick in the draft was Cody Zeller from Charlotte. If that's not I think this week he was in one of the fantasy leaders. So there's that. Yeah, I got him as the last pick. All right, now that fantasy's out the way. But you know what, yeah? Jump in the comment section below and put your fantasy team. Like if you play NBA fantasy, if you're into it, put your team in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of my team. Is my team good? Does my team stink? Do you know what? Yeah, I think if you look at my team, my fantasy team on paper, you're like, yo, that team is garbage. But I actually think they're all right. Do you get me? We're gonna have to see how the season goes. Hopefully, no one gets injured in it because someone. I'm not gonna snitch on no one's names in it, but someone called my team the injury squad, innit? Like, God forbid that. But we'll see what happens. All right, now let's jump into some questions. So I've got some questions from you guys. You dropped them in the comment section in the last video, and I'm going to tell you again, if you want to get your question on the show, is this a show? I guess this is a show now. Yeah, so if you want to get your questions on the show, jump in the comment section below and leave them there, and maybe I'll answer them on the next video. Yeah? All right, first question comes from Eric Gonzalez. Yo, Eric, shout out to you for being in the comments. I was there. Like the question. He asks, what team that made the playoffs last year will miss them this year? And I was like, raw, this is a good question. I'm going to pick 2 teams. I'm going to pick one from the West and one from the East. So my team from the East is Indiana. Now, Indiana, they was all right last year. I think they came 5th or 6th in the East. But I just don't see them. Even though the East is I don't want to say the East is weak, but everyone knows the East is weak. So I just don't think they're going to keep it up. We're going to see what we get out of Victor Oladipo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big question mark. We don't know what's going on here or there with that. But I just don't know, man. I feel like they're one of the teams that could just slip down, especially with teams like Atlanta improving. And when I say improving, I just mean kind of growing. Like, Atlanta's got Troy Young, and he's going to be in his 2nd year now, bit savvier and all that other stuff. I feel like a team like Atlanta can creep in and just do better. Now, my team from the West that's not going to make the playoffs is going to be Golden State. Now, I'm not saying this as a reaction to the first week, because in this first week, they stink. They've been garbage. But like, I just think if you look at the makeup of the team and what the team's going through, obviously they're riddled with injuries. One of the leading Splash Brothers is out for the whole season. But I think the real issue for Golden State is they don't have a bench. I feel like after they make 2 subs, like, no disrespect, but it's like they're running a G League team. Like half the players on the team, you don't know who they are, and I just don't think they're gonna have it. They're gonna get it together, especially with like Draymond Green being like your 2nd or 3rd scoring option. Like, bruv, no. Draymond's nice, but no. Like, and when I say he's nice, I mean he's nice in his own little box nice. If you get me what I'm saying, nice. But no. Question number 2. Are the Utah Jazz for real? How far do I think they're going to make it? The Utah Jazz, do I think they're for real? I'm going to say no. And when I say no, I don't think the Utah Jazz are a bad team. I think the Utah Jazz are a good, solid team. And what the Utah Jazz are going to do is they're going to have a great regular season. They're going to be a well-oiled machine. They added a veteran guard in, is it Mike Conley? I think, yeah, they added him. I think they're going to do well, but they're not going to get past the second round. They're not going to beat a Lakers. They're not going to beat a Clippers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be a well-oiled machine. They might even have the best record in the West. Like, if that happened, I wouldn't think that was crazy. But when it gets to the playoffs, I just think they don't have that guy who is just going to go get it. Like, and Donovan Mitchell is nice. He's one of the nicest young players in the league. But I just don't think maturity, like basketball maturity-wise, he's there to do that for them. And I guess that's why they brought in Conley. But is Conley that guy? Was Conley that guy? Nah. So I'm going to say no, I don't think they're for real, but I do think they're going to have a good season. I think they're going to be a great regular season team. Question number 3. Harden and Westbrook. Awesome combo or implosion waiting to happen. Now, I'm going to cheat on this because the answer is yes to both. Now, fam, we've got 2 of the MVPs in the last 3 years on the same team, both in the backcourt. They've easily got the best backcourt in the NBA. Easily. Like, no one can argue that. They're the 2 best guards playing together. But, yes, the potential for implosion is on 1,000 with them 2. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think it really depends on their relationship, their personal relationship with each other. Like, if they're really cool and they're friends, maybe they can get through the season. But if it's just this whole, like, kind of, oh, we respect each other thing, there's going to start getting to a time where they're losing games. One of them blames the other one blames them, and then this is when the implosion happens. And the rest of the team are just going to crumble underneath that. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but I'm saying all the ingredients for something like that to happen is there, especially when you've got 2 players whose usage rates are 2 of the highest usage rates ever in the history of NBA. And if I'm correct also, both of these players are ranked 1, 2, and 3 for the most turnovers in a season. They might both have the season turnover record. So I feel like the potential for this to go sideways is 1,000% there. 1,000. Question number 4. Are the Clippers and Lakers going to dominate the Western Conference? Which team will be heading to the finals? Now, do you know what's mad is that this question just assumes that the Lakers or the Clippers are going to the finals. Which one of them are? And I'm going to tell you which one it is. It's the Lakers. Now, I know someone's going to jump on me. Nah, man, the Clippers beat them game 1. Firstly, it's 1 game. Relax. The thing is, I think the difference between the 2 teams right now is Kawhi and Paul George have entered a team that had the same front office, the same players, the same bench as last season. You're inserting 2 new players into that system. 2 major players, yeah, but everything else about that system was in concrete. They're fine. Their organization, everything was set. So it's easier to implement these 2 players. Now, you take the Lakers. They've just added 9 new pieces, a whole new coaching staff. Like, everything is going to take time. So I'm really not even going to start judging, like, where the Lakers are at until, like, after the All-Star break. I think everything up until the All-Star break is just trying to gel and find out what lineup are we going to go with and that kind of stuff. So I think the Lakers are going to come out the West. The Lakers are going to come out the West. I think that's what's going to happen as soon as they get into a groove and kind of understand their roles and all of that. So, yeah. But I do think the Clippers are nice. And I think the Clippers will have a better regular season than the Lakers. But I feel when it gets to the playoffs, I feel the Lakers are going to come out the West for sure. Question number 5. Is the Eastern Conference after week 1 wide open? Or will the Raptors, Bucks, or Sixers win? Now, no, it's not wide open. For me, personally, Philadelphia are the best team in the East. Now, someone's like, how can that be when Milwaukee won the regular season last year and they've brought everyone back? Because I think Philly are better. Do you know what I'm saying? I think they've got better weapons, and I just think they've got a better chance of winning. Like, especially, they just added Al Horford, which is like veteran leadership and three-point shooting and post defense. Like, bruv, I think next year, when the Philadelphia 76ers and next year, whatever, when Milwaukee and the Sixers play each other again, I think it's going to be just a whole different thing. They're my two teams I think are coming out the East, and I think the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be in the NBA Finals. I just think with Embiid losing weight, trying to take this season more seriously, and the way they went out to Toronto last year, I think it's stress. You've seen Ben Simmons working out, and I'm not saying he's going to be a sniper from 3-point. He might not be a sniper from anywhere, but as long as he takes advantage of the mid-range opportunities that he gets, I think they've got opportunity to be a way better team. And even with moving Jimmy Butler out, I think it presents more opportunities for man like Richardson and what's his name? Tiago Headband. I can't remember his name. Drop it in the comment section below. But for them to be scoring options and kind of know their role better. But what I do want to see is who is actually going to be the closer for Philly. Do you know what I'm saying? Who are they going to? That's one of the questions that I have about that team. And our last question of the day. Kyrie Irving has been hot after week 1. Will he be a better leader this season, and why? Kyrie has been cooking, and I said it in the last video. I said Kyrie is out here just cooking, man. And he came into the league, and that's what he's done for the first week. But the question is, will he be a better leader? And the answer to that is yes. He will be a better leader because he's in a better circumstance for himself. He's playing at home. He wanted to be in Brooklyn. He's there. Remember, if you go back to 2 years ago, when he requested a trade from Cleveland, Boston wasn't even on the 4 names that he gave to be traded to. So you know he never really wanted to be there. Yes, when he got there, he said things that he thought people and the fans and the media wanted to hear, but realistically, we knew like it weren't really going to run. So now he's in Brooklyn. I think he will be a better leader. Will he be a great leader? Hell no. Like, bro, Kyrie, just from my opinion, just isn't a guy to be the leader of your team, like a great leader. And when you even think about it, he's not even going to have to be, because after this season, KD's coming back, and KD's going to be the alpha male, and that's all going to be a bit mad because you know how KD is. But that's a story for another time. Now, guys, appreciate all of your questions from this week. Let me know about your fantasy. Let me know what questions you got from me for the next video. Drop them in the comment section below. I'm Joe, and I will see you then. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Roadside. This is me. Me. Yeah. Get in tune with it. Hey, this ain't urban at all. Nah. Hey, listen. Look, this is for the dude.